The coffee in Commander Olivia Reeves's mug had gone cold for the third time today. She barely noticed as her eyes scanned the endless streams of data flowing across the screens in her small office at Listening Post Alpha, Earth's most advanced, deep space monitoring station. 6 years of her life had passed in this metal box floating in space, searching for signs of life beyond the stars. 6 years of nothing but cosmic background noise and the occasional pulsar. The station hummed around her, a constant reminder of humanity's determination to find others among the stars. 50 of Earth's brightest minds worked in shifts, scanning every frequency, analyzing every anomaly. Most had given up hope of finding anything in their lifetime. Olivia hadn't, not completely, but even her hope was wearing thin. Just another day in the void, she muttered, reaching for her cold coffee. The door to her office slid open with a hiss. Lieutenant Peter Garcia stumbled in, his young face drained of color. His hands shook as he clutched a datapad against his chest. "Commander," he gasped, struggling to catch his breath. "You need to see this, right now." Olivia sat up straight, instantly alert. In 6 years, she had never seen the normally calm Garcia look so shaken. "What am I looking at, Lieutenant?" she asked as he placed the pad in front of her. "Signal from Relay Station 14, ma'am. The one at the edge of the Oort cloud." Her eyes widened as she took in the data, a repeating pattern too regular to be natural. Mathematical sequences that couldn't be explained by any known cosmic phenomenon. "How long has it been coming in?" she asked, her voice steady despite the rush of adrenaline. 3 hours. "We almost missed it. It's weak, but it matches the first contact protocol patterns exactly." The first contact protocol had been established 30 years ago, a series of mathematical sequences that any intelligent species would recognize as artificial. Earth had been broadcasting these patterns for decades, hoping someone would hear. Now it seemed someone had answered. "Wake up the entire team," Olivia ordered. "I want every analyst on this, now." The next 12 hours passed in a blur of activity. The station buzzed with excitement and fear as they worked to decode the signal. Sleep was forgotten. Food was brought in but barely touched. Every mind focused on the stream of data that continued to pour in. Dr. Ben Kelly, the station's lead cryptologist, was the first to make a breakthrough. "It's a language," he announced, his red-rimmed eyes glowing with excitement. "A completely alien language, but built on universal mathematical principles." Hour by hour, they pieced together words, then sentences, then concepts. The advanced computers designed for this very purpose worked alongside human intuition to find meaning in the alien communication. Olivia stood in the main control room, surrounded by her team, as the final translation appeared on the main screen. "To any who hear, we are the Veldari. Our world burns. The Krith Dominion has come. They destroy all. They take all. We have 7 orbital cycles before our end. If compassion exists among the stars, help us. Coordinates follow." Silence fell across the room. They had found life beyond Earth, but it was life crying out in desperation. Life on the edge of extinction. "Send this to Earth Command," Olivia ordered. "Priority Alpha, wake up everyone." Within hours, the signal had reached Earth. Admiral Frank Powell, head of the newly formed United Earth Fleet, called an emergency meeting of the Global Security Council. Representatives from every nation gathered in the underground chamber beneath. Geneva Olivia attended via secure video link, explaining what they had found. "We've confirmed the coordinates," she explained. "They point to a star system about 40 light-years from Earth. The signal is genuine. This isn't a mistake or a hoax." The council chamber erupted in voices. Some called for immediate action, others urged caution. "How do we know this isn't a trap?" asked the representative from Eurasia. "Drawing us out, testing our capabilities?" "We don't," Admiral Powell admitted. "But consider the alternative. If this is genuine, an entire civilization, the first alien civilization we've ever contacted, will be wiped out while we debate." Dr. Samantha Wright, Earth's leading expert in theoretical xenolinguistics, stepped forward. Her analysis of the signal had been crucial in confirming its authenticity. The linguistic patterns suggest a species with values not unlike our own, she explained. Their call shows concepts we recognize: compassion, help, survival. These are universal ideas that cross the boundaries of evolution. The debate raged for hours. Earth had only recently unified after centuries of conflict. Their space fleet, though impressive, had never faced an alien threat. Sending ships would leave Earth with reduced defenses. Not sending help could mean witnessing genocide from afar. Security feeds showed the news had leaked. Outside the council building, crowds gathered. People held signs with a single word repeated in many languages: respond. As the council's arguments circled back on themselves, Admiral Powell rose to his feet. The room fell silent. For as long as we have looked up at the stars, we have asked one question: are we alone? He paused, his weathered face solemn. Now, we have our answer. And our first action as a species who knows it is not alone cannot be to turn away from a cry for help. He placed his hands on the table, leaning forward. I am not asking for permission to send our entire fleet, but I am asking for authorization to lead a response force. 30 ships. Enough to make a difference, but not enough to leave Earth defenseless. The council voted. The debate had clarified positions. Those who had urged caution now saw the moral weight of their choice. Those who had demanded immediate action now understood the risks. When the final vote was tallied, it was unanimous. Operation Distant Shield was authorized. As Olivia listened to the decision from her station, she felt a mix of pride and fear. Humanity's first step into the galactic community would not be a careful handshake, but a headlong rush into battle. Send a response to the Veldari. Admiral Powell instructed her. Tell them, Earth has heard your call. Help is coming. That night, as word spread across Earth that they were not alone in the universe, and that their neighbors needed help, people gathered in public squares, on rooftops, in open fields. They looked up at the stars with new eyes. The universe had suddenly become both much larger and much smaller. Somewhere out there, strangers waited, hoping that another species, that humans, would care enough to save them. Part 2, The Deployment. The orbital shipyard above Earth buzzed with more activity than it had seen since its completion 5 years ago. Thousands of workers in spacesuits moved between massive vessels, welding final armor plates, loading supplies, and running system checks. Smaller craft darted between the larger ships like busy bees around flowers. In the center of it all floated the UES Defender, the largest warship humanity had ever built. Its sleek hull stretched nearly a mile long, bristling with weapon ports and sensor arrays. The Earth flag painted on its side seemed small against the vastness of the ship. Admiral Carol Martinez stood at the window of the shipyard's command center, watching the fleet take shape. She had spent 20 years in the United Earth Fleet, rising through the ranks during the Unification Wars. Now, at 52, she would lead humanity's first mission beyond the solar system. Quite a sight, isn't it? Asked General Leo Bennett, stepping up beside her. As head of the Marine Corps, he would command all ground forces for the mission. 30 ships, Martinez said quietly. The most powerful fleet we've ever assembled. And still possibly not enough, Bennett replied. We have no idea what we're facing. Martinez turned from the window. On the command center's main table, a holographic display showed the fleet's formation. Blue dots represented Earth ships, while red markers showed the projected positions of the Krith forces based on the information provided by the Veldari. The red outnumber the blue, she said, but numbers aren't everything. Down in the Defender's loading bay, Lieutenant Commander Alan Davis supervised the loading of the last tactical systems. As the ship's tactical officer, he would coordinate weapons and defensive systems during battle. The responsibility weighed heavily on his shoulders. Final shield array is secure, reported a young engineer. All weapon systems are green. Davis nodded, checking off the last item on his list. Good work. We launch in 6 hours. He made his way to the observation deck, seeking a moment of quiet before the mission began. The deck was empty except for
one other person, Chief Medical Officer Diane Williams. She stood at the large viewport watching Earth slowly turn below them. Thought I might find you here, she said without turning. Pre-mission nerves? Davis joined her at the window.
Is it that obvious? I'm a doctor. Reading people is part of the job. She turned to face him, her expression serious. How are you really doing, Alan? He sighed, running a hand through his short brown hair. Nervous, terrified actually. We're about to make first contact with not one but two alien species. One of them wants to kill the other, and we're flying right into the middle of it. But, Williams prompted, but also, ready. Davis straightened his shoulders. We've trained for this even if we never truly believed it would happen. Humanity has always looked to the stars and wondered. Now we're going there. Williams nodded, turning back to look at Earth. The biological briefing just came through. I've been studying it all morning. What do we know about them? Davis asked. The strange message came on a normal Tuesday morning at Earth's deep space listening post. Paul Davis sat at his desk, sipping hot coffee from his favorite mug. The computer made a loud beep. He looked up and saw red flashing lights on his screen. What the hell? Paul muttered. He put down his coffee and tapped the alert. Strange symbols filled his screen, then began to change into English words as the computer translated them. He read the message once, then twice. His heart began to race. Hey, Lisa, come look at this right now, he shouted across the room. Lisa Chen ran over, her eyes wide with concern. What's wrong? Paul pointed at his screen. Read it. Lisa leaned in close, her mouth dropping open as she read the translated message. Help us. We are dying. Ship failing. Children on board, please send help. Is this real? She whispered. Paul nodded. Signal origin is 47 light-years away. Computer confirms it's not from any known human source. Lisa grabbed the desk phone. I'm calling the director. Right now. The news spread like wildfire. Within 6 hours, the United Earth Space Command held an emergency meeting. Important people from all over the world gathered around a large round table. The room buzzed with excited whispers. Director Karen Bell stood up, and the room fell silent. Ladies and gentlemen, today we received a message from the stars. It's a cry for help from non-human beings. She showed them the message on the big screen. The room stayed quiet for a long moment. General Ray Martinez spoke first. How do we know this isn't a trap? We don't, Director Bell admitted. But the message mentions children in danger. Can we really ignore that? Dr. Greg Powell, the top alien biology expert, raised his hand. The signal includes basic biological data. These beings breathe oxygen like us. They have DNA-like structures. They're more like us than not. Even if it's not a trap, another official said, can we even help them? They're almost 50 light-years away. Captain Noah Harrison stepped forward. He was tall and confident, with kind eyes that had seen many rescue missions. My ship, the UES Vanguard, can reach them. We have the new fold drive. We can get there in 2 weeks. Director Bell looked at him. Captain Harrison, your ship is a rescue vessel. You and your crew are trained for dangerous missions, but this is different. These are aliens. Harrison nodded. Yes, ma'am. But a cry for help is a cry for help no matter who sends it. That's what the Vanguard was built for. The meeting went on for hours. Some people worried about dangers, others wondered about first contact rules. But in the end, they all agreed. Humanity would answer the call. What none of them knew was that the aliens never meant to call Earth at all. Far away in the galaxy, many alien species knew about Earth. They called it a death world, a harsh planet where life had to become tough and strong to survive. The aliens feared Earth humans with their strong bodies and aggressive immune systems. Humans could live through conditions that would kill most other species. The aliens who sent the SOS meant to call the gentle worlds of the Cygnus Alliance, but their damaged ship's communication system made a mistake. And now, the fearsome Deathworlders were coming to help. On the Vanguard, the crew prepared for launch. Engineers checked the fold drive, a new technology that bent space itself. Doctors packed unknown medicines. Scientists prepared their scanners. In the ship's large meeting room, Captain Harrison spoke to his crew of 60 people. Today we answer, a call that humans have waited centuries to receive, he said. His voice was calm but excited. Somewhere out there, intelligent beings need our help. They have children in danger. We don't know what they look like. We don't know their culture, but we know they need help, and that's enough for us. The crew listened closely. Some looked nervous, others excited. This was why they had trained so hard. Remember, Harrison continued, we represent all of humanity now. Our actions will show these beings who we are as a species. Let's show them that humans help those in need, no matter who they are or where they come from. In the medical section, Dr. Kelly Martinez checked her supplies again. We might meet beings with 6 arms, or skin made of crystal, or blood that's green, she told her team. Be ready for anything. The Vanguard was a beautiful ship, sleek and silver, built for speed and rescue work. It had medical rooms, engineering tools, and powerful engines. On its side, the ship's name was painted next to Earth's flag. 3 days after receiving the signal, the Vanguard lifted off from Earth's orbit. The fold drive hummed to life, creating a bubble of bent space around the ship. Stars stretched into lines of light as the ship accelerated to impossible speeds. As they shot through space toward the distant star system, none of the crew knew what waited for them. They didn't know that the aliens feared humans. They didn't know that human touch could harm these fragile beings. They didn't know that their normal breath contained bacteria that could kill the aliens. They only knew that someone needed help, and they were answering the call. Captain Harrison looked out at the stars from the bridge window. Status report? He asked his second-in-command. All systems normal, Captain. Fold drive working perfectly. We'll reach the signal source in 13 days. Harrison nodded. Good. Keep me updated on any changes to the alien signal. Yes, sir. Oh, and Captain? The crew wanted me to tell you. We're all proud to be part of this mission. Harrison smiled. So am I. Now let's go make history. The Vanguard continued its journey through folded space, carrying humans toward their first meeting with alien life. The Deathworlders were coming to help, and the galaxy would never be the same. The Vanguard flew through space like a bullet. Inside, 60 crew members worked hard to get ready. Some looked at the alien message again and again. Others practiced rescue plans. Everyone knew they were making history. In the ship's exercise room, Jack Miller did his daily workout. He finished 300 push-ups, then moved to the heavy weights. The ship's gravity was set stronger than Earth's to keep the crew's muscles strong during the long journey. Emma Boyd walked in and watched him. You're working too hard, she said with a smile. We still have 10 days before we get there. Jack laughed as he lifted a heavy weight. I want to be ready for anything. Who knows what we'll find out there? The journey would take 14 days total. Even with the amazing fold drive working at full power, it was the fastest trip ever, made by humans to such a distant place, but for the crew, the days passed slowly. Captain Harrison spent most of his time on the bridge, the main control room of the ship. He studied maps of the star system they were heading to. Susan, what have you found? He asked his second-in-command. Susan Lee had been working to find exactly where the aliens were. The signal is coming from near the 4th planet, sir. It's a big gas planet like Jupiter, but larger. I think their ship is stuck in orbit around it, maybe near one of its moons. What else can you tell me about the signal? Susan showed him her computer screen. There are math patterns in it that our language team is still figuring out. But one thing is clear. They're scared. And they've been sending this message for at least 3 months. The captain frowned. 3 months is a very long time to wait for help. I hope we're not too late. In the science room, Dr. Ben Wilson was looking at the biological information in the alien message. This is really strange, he said to his friend Dr. Laura Green. What do you mean? She asked, looking at his screen. These aliens, they don't seem to have immune systems like we do. Nothing to fight off germs. And their bones look very weak. They must have grown up in a place with very low gravity. So what does that mean for our rescue mission? Ben looked worried. It means we could kill them by accident just by being near them. Our normal breath contains bacteria that could be deadly to them. And if they come on our ship, Our gravity might break their bones. The Vanguard kept flying toward the distant star. Each day, the crew faced new questions. How would they talk to the aliens? How would they move them to safety without hurting them with human germs or Earth-normal gravity? On day 10 of their journey, something unexpected happened. The ship's computers detected another spacecraft heading toward the same place they were going. "Captain, to the bridge," the ship's computer announced over the speakers. Harrison got there quickly and looked at the main screen. "What are we seeing?" "Another ship, Captain," said Officer Ryan Jones. "It's not sending any ID signal. It doesn't match any ship design we know." "Another alien ship?" Harrison wondered out loud. Maybe they're also answering the distress call? Or maybe they're the ones who attacked the ship that sent the SOS, Susan suggested with a serious face. The captain nodded. "Yellow alert. Keep going, but get our defense systems ready. We won't assume they're enemies, but we'll be prepared just in case." As they got closer to their destination, the mystery grew. The second ship stayed on the same path but didn't try to communicate. Meanwhile, the SOS signal got stronger and clearer, reminding everyone why they had come so far. In his private room, Captain Harrison recorded a message in his personal log. "Day 10 of our journey. We might be heading into a more complicated situation than we expected, but our mission stays the same, to help those who need it. That's what humans do. That's who we are." He didn't know then that these simple words would soon define humanity's place in the wider galaxy. The next few days were busy. The medical team, led by Dr. Kelly Martinez, prepared special areas with lower gravity and filtered air where they might treat the aliens. The engineering team built special tools that might work on unknown technology. "What if we can't understand their ship systems?" asked engineer Pete Daniels during a meeting. "We've never seen alien technology before." Chief Engineer Carl Jackson nodded. "That's true, but basic physics is the same everywhere in the universe. Energy, matter, motion. These follow universal laws. We'll start with those basics." In the communications center, Emma and her team worked day and night on translation programs. "The math in their message gives us a starting point," she explained to the captain. "Math is a universal language. If we can agree that 1 + 1 = 2, we can build from there." On day 12, they got a surprise. The alien SOS now included new information, visual data showing the inside of the damaged ship. The crew gathered to see the first images of the aliens themselves. The beings were beautiful and strange. They had thin bodies that seemed to glow from within, with long limbs and large eyes. They moved like dancers in low gravity. "They look so fragile," Susan whispered. Captain Harrison nodded. "And they need our help. Let's not let them down." The final 2 days of the journey were the longest. The second mystery ship had changed course, now circling the gas giant's outermost moon, still silent. The Vanguard prepared for arrival, not knowing if they would face a peaceful rescue or something more dangerous. "Whatever happens," Harrison told his crew during their final briefing, "remember that we came here to help. That purpose guides everything we do." As the fold drive powered down and the Vanguard entered the star system, the crew took their positions. Humanity's first contact with alien life was about to begin, and it would start with an act of mercy. The huge gas planet filled the main screen on the Vanguard's bridge. It was beautiful, with swirling orange and blue storm clouds. Near the planet, they saw the alien ship that had sent the SOS signal. "Look at that," whispered Jack, saying what everyone thought. The alien ship looked like a giant snowflake made of crystal. It had 6 long arms coming from a center part, and it sparkled in the light from the distant sun. But even the human crew could see that it was badly damaged. One of the arms was completely broken off, and the center part flashed with dim, uneven light. "Are there any life signs?" Captain Harrison asked. Dr. Kelly checked her screen. "Yes, Captain. I'm picking up about 30 different living beings. Their life signs are weak, though. They might be hurt or in some kind of sleep state." "What about that other ship?" Susan pointed to another screen. "It's staying on the far side of the moon, sir, still not talking to us." Harrison made a quick decision. "We'll go to the damaged ship first. That's why we came all this way. Keep watching the other ship, but focus on the rescue. The Vanguard moved closer to the crystal ship, staying at a safe distance while they scanned it to find the best way to approach. Then, Emma called out from her station. "Captain, I'm getting a video signal from them." "Put it on the main screen," Harrison ordered. The screen flickered and the bridge crew saw their first alien face. The being had a thin, almost see-through body with large eyes that seemed to take in light instead of reflect it. 6 slender arms moved carefully as the alien worked on something off-screen. "We see you coming," came a musical voice translated by the ship's computers. "Please be careful. Our system's failing. Children in danger." Captain Harrison stepped forward. "I am Captain Noah Harrison from Earth. We are here to help you. We received your distress call." There was a pause and the alien's eyes got very wide. When it spoke again, it sounded alarmed. "Earth? You are Earth humans?" "Yes," Harrison said, trying to sound friendly. "We've brought doctors and engineers to help you." The alien turned away and spoke quickly to someone they couldn't see. The words came too fast for the translator to work. When it turned back, it was moving its arms more quickly, showing it was upset. "We did not know. Earth is listed as, you are Deathworlders." Harrison frowned. "I don't know what that means, but I promise we just want to help you." The alien seemed to have a hard time deciding what to do. "Our children dying. Systems failing. No choice." It paused, then added, "But warning. Your body germs dangerous to us. Your strength, your hardiness, all dangerous." Dr. Kelly stepped up beside the captain. "Sir, if I may, we thought this might happen. My team has prepared special clean rooms and procedures. We can adapt to help them safely." Harrison nodded. "We understand your concerns," he told the alien. "We'll be very careful to make sure you stay safe. Please let us help you." After another pause, the alien made a motion that looked like a nod. "We accept. No other choice left. Please, save our children." What happened next was the most complex rescue mission humans had ever done. The engineering team, led by Chief Engineer Carl, built a sealed hallway between the 2 ships. The medical teams put on special suits that would protect the aliens from human germs. The first team to enter the alien ship included Dr. Kelly and Jack. They moved very carefully into the strange vessel. Inside, the ship was as crystal clear as the outside. The hallways seemed to have been grown rather than built. The aliens, who called themselves the Luminari, moved like ghosts in their low gravity. "Their bodies are amazing," Dr. Kelly reported back to the Vanguard. "They're partly see-through, and you can see the liquid flowing inside them. But they're extremely fragile. They would break under Earth's gravity, and they have almost no way to fight off germs." The most urgent cases were the Luminari children. They were in a special room, very sick from the ship's failing life support. Dr. Kelly worked hard to adapt human medical tools to help the alien children. Meanwhile, Jack started talking with one of the adult Luminari, a navigator named Eliara. Despite how different they were, they found they both loved the stars. "Your people came so far to help strangers," Eliara said through the translator. "Why?" Jack thought about the question. "Because that's what we do. When someone asks for help, we answer. Even knowing we feared you? That your kind are known as dangerous throughout the galaxy?" Jack smiled behind his clear mask. "Especially then." As the rescue continued, they finally learned about the second ship. It was from the Cygnus Alliance, the aliens who were supposed to get the Luminari distress call. They had arrived to find the humans already helping, and had been watching with surprise. "We expected to find the Luminari all dead," the Cygnus captain admitted when they finally talked to the humans. "We were slow to respond. We did not expect that Deathworlders would show such kindness." Captain Harrison just nodded. "Maybe it's time to change how you think about us." Back on the Luminari ship, the human team made progress. They fixed the worst parts of the life support system and treated the sick children. The Luminari were amazed at how the humans could work in conditions that would kill most space-traveling species. Your bodies can stand radiation that would kill us, Iliara told Jack as they worked together to fix a control panel. You breathe oxygen at levels that would poison many beings. You live on a planet with crushing gravity and deadly bacteria. Yet you use that strength to help, not harm. Jack shrugged. We're just doing our job. But he knew it was more than that. Humanity had just changed how aliens saw them. For years, other species had feared humans as dangerous Deathworlders. Now they were seeing another side of human strength, the will to help others no matter the risk. Tell me, Iliara asked, on your world, is it common to risk your own safety for strangers? Jack nodded. We have whole professions built around it. Firefighters, doctors, rescue workers. It's part of being human. Iliara's glow brightened slightly. Perhaps we misunderstood your species. The very traits that make you dangerous also make you remarkable helpers. By the end of the third day, the joint rescue operation had stabilized the Luminary ship enough to begin planning the next phase, transferring the most vulnerable to the Cygnus vessel, which was better equipped for their biology. What no one knew was that the worst was yet to come.